Hello and good evening.
Good
My
evening.
name is Branko Rumenović and I am moderator of eTwinning group Statistics at School. Today with us are Davorka Demo and Nada Ratković, my dear colleagues and great experts in statistics and internet and in SDG goals. So they will present their topic and Davorka and Nada, the mic is yours.
thank you, Branko, for this big opportunity. First, I want to say hello to our great participants and welcome here tonight on this webinar. Uh, the topic is statistics and internet security in sustainable development goals. My colleague Davorka Demo, professor advisor from Beograd na More, and me, Nada Ratković, professor mentor from Srednja škola Ban Josip Jelačić will present this topic. We really adore statistics, and as our topic said today, all sustainable development goals and statistics also needs to be sustainability. Why internet security? Tomorrow is the Safer Internet Day, so we found that this is really important because statistics who loves statistics, who teach statistics, knows that we need a big security because we use many tools in statistics. So we are coming from Croatia, and Croatia is really invested a lot of money and has a lot of grants for achieving the goals till 2030. Will we achieve? We will see that. So in this lecture tonight, we will show the list of the SDGs, explain their roles, and we will show this all 17 SDGs through infographics and also present how to implement internet security in SDGs. So first, what is sustainable development? If we talk, if we read, if we do anything in every subject, sustainable, as I said, the term sustainability is necessary. So, to satisfy the needs of the present generation, their future, the ability to have a good future, a bright future, we need to meet their needs. That is today important. Many statistics analyzes, many statistic data about sustainable development. Authors are writing a lot, and also we have a big regulative, low regulative about the sustainable development. So, till United Nations, you know that United Nations have the Millennium Declaration. Uh, what we see here all 17 sustainable development goals. What about the Croatia country profile? According to the EEA report, Croatia is one of the three countries uh, who has shared the highest damage to GDP in every SDG. Uh, uh, Maybe we can talk a lot about the climate action, about the environment, but all from 1 to 70 in Croatia are taking a big part, like in other countries in Europe and all around world. And we have a national development strategy. We have our strategy, as I said, United Nations Agenda till 2030. What are here? Croatia is investing 4 to 6 million in renewable energy. And is the focus on some of them, like 3, 6, 7, 9, 12, 13, 14, and 15. In Croatia, we have a Croatian Bureau of Statistics, which is designed for like an internet profile. And we have also for SDG a big platform. We can find all the data we are interested for. So what is statistics? What is statistics? Statistics is a scientific method. It's used in all sciences, in all subjects you need statistics. You can say that one day, not one day, until today, statistics is something like writing and reading. How can you read newspapers? How can you watch the informative sessions and all if you don't understand statistics? You need to know the statistics because that is like you go to the doctor and make your blood test and test the main test of your blood. So uh, you need to know, you need to interpret it, and you need to understand statistics. So we will start here a little uh, on one example. IKEA, sustainable life at home. You see, this is infographic. In statistics, we really use a lot the infographics because when you see a picture, you can immediately understand and read what is necessary. When you go and took a book of 200, 100, 50, 100 pages, that is a big problem because you will lose a lot of time to find the important data to use. So here you see what IKEA is doing for sustainable life at home. How many do you need for the bed? How many do you need for the energy? You need to take care about the water. So IKEA is selling furniture, not only furniture, but everything you need for your home. So we are happy in Croatia that we have IKEA for the buying. Roadmap on statistics for sustainable development goals. This is the second edition of this roadmap, and the data are taken on the conference of European Statistician, and you can here find many things, and all are you interested about SDG. It is a great guidance to all members of the national statistical systems. By doing and what also you need to strengthen the database national information systems. It is used with many other stakeholders who are implementing the SDG. So it is developed, as I said, by this conference of European statisticians. And here I will show online database Eurostat. We all know that we have a Eurostat like a database. But do we all know how to use, how to find the data, and what to do? So today it is really necessary to know how to find the data. And Eurostat has a big, I can say, dictionary, a big data science base. In Croatia, we have Croatia Bureau of Statistics. So sometimes when we are comparing the data, we will find different data. In our schools, we have statistical competitions. Our students on the competitions have two tests from this part. Then, I always said to my students, so if you don't pass this test, you learn something new, learn how to find the data, because tomorrow in your life and on your study, you will need to use this databases. We will start here from the first SDG. First SDG is no poverty. Yes, the whole world is doing on the ending poverty, but still around us we have many people who are really who are poor and who lives in the rural parts and who don't have for the elementary things in his life. You see, the global poverty rate is 7% till 2030. What about that? What is the first rise in the poverty in the generation? But we need to be happy because around us and also we are doing many actions for this, for helping people. We in Croatia make many actions for helping Africa, for helping the Asian countries, also for Philippines, for the typhoon. And I can say that if many people around the world do good things, we will stop this poverty. Here I will show one example. You see here students with a smile. They are little heroes, little kids, and you know, in India, there are big international companies, international university. Like example, this is the example from IIU, where the students who don't have for the meals are getting the meals every day in the school. The second goal is end hunger, achieve food security, and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. What is here? The pandemic, the situation with pandemic changes all, all in our life. So all in this SDGs. We see child malnutrition. It is a big problem. 22%, uh, 70 till 16 million people worldwide are still hungry. We have 237 billion people without food. How can we help them? What can we do to help them? That is statistic. That is statistic. That are this data and infographics, and this is our aim tonight on this lecture to see how we need to use this data and how to use these infographics. The third goal is ensure healthy lives and promote well-being. What it means well-being today? Well-being today means if you don't have a balance between your your mind, brain, and your body, it is a big problem. We are all under the stress. This situation makes us very, very unhappy, and we are all working in this hard conditions of this COVID. Like me today, I'm today positive. Also, so I'm a victim of this illness. And what will we do? And how can we fight with this? So our well-being, our positive mindset is really necessary to take care of our life. We need to be uh, optimists in every minute. So if we don't, if we took the problems to till our heart, we will be under the stress, we will be nervous, and our health will not be good. That is also the same around the world. What is this well-being? How to make this child, these people all around the world to be well-being? That is so. If we want to talk about all these SDGs, every SDG is very, very important. Here is nutrition. Nutrition is essential for the success of all of these SDGs. Are we eating normal? What are we eating? Do we take care about our food? I'm sure that nobody of us here today is not taking care a lot about this nutrition. And nutrition is the heart of the SDGs. See, we are economics. We are always taking the numbers to explain something. So every $1 invested gives you $16 return. You see, that is in this part of SDG. This is nutrition, the heart of the SDGs. I said before about health and wellness. We have a big university known around the world, International University, who has taken a lot of care about this public health nutrition. I took them like an example for this SDG. Fourth goal, if we want to talk about the education, we need to improve equal education to everybody, to all girls, to all boys around the world. What COVID made? COVID whipped out 20 years education. What about our education? What about our future generations? You see this infographics, you see this infrastructure, how to build a better future to launch in all the countries. We need to promote lifelong learning and give opportunities for the all students. Here we see that everyone can be sure to meet this global goal. Here are the targets. We didn't show the targets. Our aim today was not to show all the targets. We want to show the infographics, how to use it in statistics, and what is the correlation between the SDGs. So here are the targets. We are all professors, educators. This is our profession, and we need to take care about all of this. All these 10 targets are need to be achieved to have a quality education. The various tools and techniques of quality control. Why quality education is important? Why we need it? So we need quality. We need a quality process, and for have that we need to have tools. And as I said, that tools are from statistics. You see, check sheet, graphs, histogram, Pareto chart, cause and effect diagram, scatter diagram, control chart. All these digital tools are statistic tools, and there are more tools you can use for getting data, and all these infographics are made by the tool, these digital tools. Yes, collecting data. We all know how to start, how we collect data, but that data needs to be shown. Like example, scatter diagram. What scatter diagram shows? It shows a correlation between two variables. So if we use like an example, education and COVID, we can say that there is a strong and positive correlation between education and COVID-19. We really don't need to try to find another data, another variable, because I'm sure we always said there is not a full correlation, statistical correlation between this. I'm sure that it is. SDG 5, gender equality. We need to achieve gender equality, equal boys and equal girls. Today, the big problem is the big violence against the woman. We need to empower the woman. We need to empower the woman to be equal in the society. See here, 10 million girls will be at risk of child marriage. Isn't it sad that we have still part of, in many countries in the world, that the parents decide about the marriage of their son or about the marriage of their girl. That is really sad today. This, if we talk about a modern approach of society. So here we also have in statistics the gender equality index. And by this index, we can measure the gender gaps between boy and girl. And the data and infographics are made by this indexes. Uh, I don't, okay, so it looks very complicated, but it's not a complicated. So when you collect the data, you can get this gender equality index. Very so combination from math and statistics. Inequality and equality. Show here what it means. What are the diameters? What we need to measure and to solve this and find the measure of the equality index. The sixth goal is ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. Two 2.3 billion people live in water-stressed countries. I can say that we in Croatia are very happy. We are a happy country because we have a lot of water. We don't have a problem with water. But uh, all of many parts of the world, the people are still trying to find and try to get access to drink water, to the sanitation and hygiene. See here the data. 129 countries are not on the track to have sustainable managed water resources by 2030. So, what are we talking about? What are the aims? 2030, maybe 2050 for this SDG goal to achieve uh, uh, is maybe for more better to say. SDG 7. SDG 7 is reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all. We here in Croatia also are solving this SDG. We have more solar energy. Uh, we have this renewable energy a lot in our country. But 1/3 of the population uh, don't have that and still is not working on that. And they need the rates and they need the rates to be like I said, they need to lack the access to electricity. How many parts of the world still don't have no kind of energy? The eighth goal is promote inclusive and sustainable economic growth. Yes, sustainable economic growth, and we can set decent work for all. For us, like economics, this SDG is really important. We are talking about the jobs. We are talking about the economy. The situation is a situation, economy situation. Will the economy recovery? How many it's recovering? So did people lose the job? We know that many around the world lose jobs for this. pandemic time. 255 million full-time jobs. Uh, Also, we have international tourist arrivals. Croatia's economy, one of the main segments of Croatia economy is tourism. So, also for our country, the tourism, we can say, is not in the full capacity like it was before the pandemic. And here we have the numbers of international tourist arrivals. But I will say something also about this SDG, new digital economy. We have a new economy for this SDG. So, what are the new possibilities of the digital economy? So, what that means? Also, we can set statistics, informatics, math, correlation between this natural sciences. We have that. So that is called the digital revolution. We have intelligent work organizations, factors, intelligent cities, shops, energy production systems, and etc. So the digital revolution affects directly the job. We talk about the jobs. We talk about the job changes. So we have this job creation, job change, relocation, and the destruction of the jobs. What is job creation? We have new sectors, we have new products, we have new services. Job change, yes. Before years, there were not digitization, there were not intelligent machines. So today, we are witnessing of the high-end technology, the modern technology. We are witnessing the AI, artificial intelligence, blockchain, the robotics. So that is also taking a part in the destruction of the jobs. That's automation and robotics. Professor Davorka, you are continuing.
Thank you, Nada. And hello, everybody. I'm Davorka, and I will talk about ninth goal, ninth SDG, build resilient infrastructure, promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization, and foster innovation. Manufacturing growth was declining due to the tariffs and trade tensions. Financing for small-scale industries is needed for their survival through the crisis. Only 35% have access to credits in developing countries. We have many possibility in our country. So we have ICT industries, which is growing in our country, and most of our young innovators have a chance to get a credit in banks and start their innovation to grow. Some of them are our build cars. Nada knows what I'm talking about. And in Sveta Nedelja is new part of develop these industries. Investments in R&G is growing but needs to accelerate, and in 2020 there is the aviation industry suffered by fall passengers numbers by 51%. Fewer than 1 in 5 people use the internet is LDCs in 2019. Well, that is not good numbers for us, and we must know that 9 SDG is the most important because we all create our needs, and manufacturing is produce what all we need. So we must be aware for our future. There is many pollution because of industrialization, and we must think about that. At 10 SDG is reduce inequality within and among countries. Nada. Next goal. I can, okay, thank you. Income inequality was falling in some countries. Gini index fell in 38 out of 84 countries between 2010 and 2017. It's too big number that we can be peaceful. We must think about that. Global recession could squeeze development aid to developing countries. The most vulnerable groups are being hit hardest by the pandemic. Which groups is that? That is older persons, persons with disabilities, children, women, and immigrants. 54% of countries with data have a comprehensive set of immigration policies. We must do much more to reduce inequality in every countries and then among countries. I think that we must be aware by that risks in future. Environment goal make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. There is some statistics data who said that share of urban population living in slums raised to 24% in 2018. Only half the world's urban population has convenient access to public transport. Over 90% of COVID-19 cases are in urban areas, and air pollution caused 4.2 million premature deaths in 2016. That is too many people. 47% of population live within 400 meters walking distance to open public spaces. We must be open to new ideas to make our cities more sustainable, and we must think about our children and grandchildren and make them possible life in our cities. It's too many pollutions, we must know that. So that numbers is not very good for us. In 12 goals, ensure sustainable consumption and production patterns. Some data said that the world continues to use natural resources unsustainably, and electronic wastes grow by 38%. but less than 20% is recycled. We must more recycle our waste, and we must think about that. So this SDG is very important to teach in our schools. The pandemic offers an opportunity to develop recovery plans that build a more sustainable future. We must know that 13.8% of food is lost in supply chains, and so many people is hungry. So many people are hungry. It's a shame for all of us. We must think about that. Rising fossil fuel subsides are contributing to the climate crisis. We see how it's now when we know that we have much higher bills for our energetic or fossil fuel. Our government stopped the price rise, and it's a very, very great problem. 13 goals. It's take urgent action to combat climate change and its impact. Global community shies away from commitments required to reverse the climate crisis. Only 85 countries have national disaster risk reduction strategies. Climate finance investment in fossil fuels continues to be higher than investment in climate activities. And it's not sustainable. It's not good for us. COVID-19 may result in a 6% drop in greenhouse gas emission for 2020. Climate change continues to exacerbate the frequency and severity of natural disasters, affected for 39 million people in 2018. 14 goals: conserve and sustainably use the oceans, sea, and marine resources for sustainable development. Ocean acidification continues to threaten marine environments and ecosystem services. 100 to 150% rise in ocean acidity is projected by 2100. It's too much. Global marine key biodiversity areas covered by protected areas increased from 30.5% in 2000 to 46% in 2019. Sustainable fisheries contribute to GDP. It's good. But the drastic reduction in human activity brought about by COVID-19 may be a chance for oceans to recuperate. 97 countries signed the agreement on port states measures, the first binding international agreement on illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing. It's very big problem, and in our country we have big industries, and it's more important to do something about that. 15th goal: protect, restore, and promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystem, sustainably manage forests, combat desertification, and halt and reverse land degradation, and halt biodiversity loss. Well, in other words, plant tree and help protect the environment. The world's falling short on 2020 targets to halt biodiversity loss. Forest areas continue to decline at an alarming rate, driven mainly by agricultural expansion. Wildlife trafficking disrupts ecosystems and contributes to the spread of infectious disease. Only a third of 113 countries were on track to achieve their national target to integrate biodiversity into national planning. At 16 goal, we have promote peaceful and inclusive society for sustainable development, provide access to justice for all, and build effective, containable, and inclusive institutions at all levels. In other words, stand up for human rights. We must stand up for human rights. Every day, 100 civilians are killed in armed conflicts, despite protections under international law. The global homicide rate has declined slowly. COVID-19 implications further threaten global peace and security. 60% of countries have prisons overcrowding, risking the spread of COVID-19. And final 17 goals: strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize the global partnership for sustainable development. Well, global foreign direct investment is expected to decline by up to 40% in 2020. Remittances to low and middle income countries, an economic lifeline for many poor households, are projected to fall. International funding for data and statistics was $690 million in 2017. It's only half the level it needs to be. So we must do something about that. Well, all SDG is very important, so we must start from ourselves. If we want to achieve sustainable development, we must start from ourselves, our needs, our desires, because they are the ones who directly and indirectly consume resources. Industrial production is only a reflection on our needs. And the bright theme. The bright theme is topic today is Safer Internet Day 2022. It is tomorrow, 8 February. And why we talk about that today? Well, my students have today workshop. I had workshop with higher school graduates related to internet safety. The topic was fake news. We first repeated a little about media literacy. We explained the difference between information and misinformation. After that, we watched the video deliberately recorded to provoke a large number of views on the internet. The next task was to recognize a fake from 3 news items. On the end, the students made various posters and brochures on the topic of fake news. One group made an infographic about the dangers of fake news. Another used fake tools on the internet to create fake news on TV, like this. The third group made posters on how to recognize fake news. The fourth group listed important elements of media literacy, and I must say we all had a good time together, but we also realized the importance of media literacy for a safer internet for all of us. So here are some works of my students. You see, there are more on board at the school. For me personally, the most interesting works we creating fake news on a news generator. What news must have been obvious lie? So I laughed at their choice. By the way, with the news related to Angelina and Brett, they wanted to say that Brett bought the island of love, Galeshnjak, which is located near Biograd na Moru and is heart-shaped. So it was supposed to be obviously fake news, but also sweet. The news that Trump apologized to Biden is obviously fail. So no one fell for it. But when it came to Brett and Angelina, there were those who wondered, is that true or not? So we have a good time and learn much together. And on the start our workshop, three students who was last year in eTwinning project My Literacy Glasses present their work to other students in class, and there is one of my students, Lana. There is a picture of my students who work on their assignment, and they are create their posters and brochures. And that's all from my workshop. I think it was very pleasant time. I want that you can maybe remember some of this work from my students and get ideas for your workshop tomorrow maybe. It is all.
Yes,
Nada?
yes, Davorka, thank you. You gave the ideas. Go through this, as I said at the beginning, SDGs. Point is infographics, also in statistics. Somebody who don't love statistics, maybe to love it, because statistics today is very, very important in this part SDG. How can we measure something without statistics? So every our movement is trying and needs a usage of statistics. So maybe somebody who listen this will say, what is Nada talking? What about they are talking? But that is really true. Today, very, very important scientific method, and not only statistics. We have a lot of econometric methods, many, many methods for measuring this, many kinds, I said, many usage of tools. So for the descriptive statistics, for the inferential statistics, and for the whole statistics. Safety Internet Day, how to protect this data, how to protect this statistical data, how our students will use this data, and which way. So, is there a kind of digital, we can set digital steps, and maybe tomorrow we'll have a workshop with the students. Maybe also go through the creative commons, and maybe show the students how to use the creative commons and what they mean, because the security, and as I said in one part of this lecture, today we have a high-end technology, maybe see the way of working the blockchain. So how to protect? We know that we all work for money, for the wage. How to protect our bank account? So this is a really big topic, and we can talk till tomorrow. So if you have any questions, please you can write in the chat and we will answer. Where is
Okay, thank you, Nada, and thank you, Davorka. Very great lecture. Thank you very much. Dear participant, if you want a certificate, please write your email, the link, what I sent in the chat, and please evaluate this webinar. Also, link is in chat. If you have any questions, please write. Our experts will answer. Davorka, nice workshop for Internet Safety Day.
Thank you. I will put some picture on your page.
Yes, thank you. I don't see any question. Maybe someone is typing. No.
Thank you, Cecile, thank you, Zdenka, thank you, all Benedict, all the participants today
Thank you,
with
Cecil.
you who were with us tonight.
Yes, thank you very much. And if you have any time, you can visit our eTwinning group, Statistics at School. You have every information about our webinar there. So if you have time, please visit our group. I will send link again in chat.
Uncle.
Okay, if there is no question, we can end this meeting. Thank you
Thank you,
very much.
Branko.
Thank you, Davorka, and
Yes,
thank you,
thank
Nada.
you. Bye
See
bye.
you next
Bye.
time. Bye.
Thank you, Branko, and thank you all.